installment of 5 Killer Riffs, we're taking a look at one of the guitar gods of the 1980s and one of my personal favorite players, Steve Stevens. Most of you would know Steve from his work with Billy Idol, and if all Steve did was his work with Billy Idol, he would go down as one of the greats. But he has played with Michael Jackson, Ozzy Osbourne, and a bunch of other artists as a guest, as well as releasing some really fantastic solo material. And let's start out with some of that solo material. We're going to take a look at the title track from Steve's Atomic Playboys project. This is one of my favorite riffs from that era. It's got everything going on. It's in the key of F sharp, which you cannot get more rock or metal than F sharp. There's a bunch of dyad riffs. There's some incredibly tight rhythm guitar playing, which is Steve's major strength. Not only can he absolutely shred with some of the best, I think his best work is as a rhythm player. It's like he's taking the best of 70s rock guitar, 80s rock guitar, and other influences from pop, funk, and soul, and rolling it all into his own style. Let's have a listen to Atomic Playboys. Next up, we've got Steve's collaboration with Ozzy Osbourne and Billy Morrison on the track Crack Cocaine. This is an absolutely crushing drop C riff that would not sound out of place on the No More Tears album. In fact, it's almost like a parallel universe track, if you could imagine Ozzy hired Steve instead of Zach in that era. And I just love that this gives you all the things that make an Ozzy track great, as well as providing a great insight into Steve's modern rhythm playing, this kind of thing. You know, he's pulling out the pinched harmonics, the octave riffs, the layering in there. It's got the massive production on it. Here's my take on it, and this is right in my wheelhouse. If you watch this channel or you've heard any of the music that I make with Ragdoll, this is how I like to roll. We're at the halfway point of this video and we haven't done any Billy Idol songs, so let's take a look at Flesh for Fantasy. Not only is this one of the great tunes from the 80s, this has to be one of the greatest clean guitar tones ever put to tape. On top of all of that, I think it really showcases Steve's ability to write parts that enhance a song. He's like a cross between Nile Rodgers and Eddie Van Halen when it comes to writing rhythm guitar parts, and this track is such a good example of that. I love that it's driven by this classic R&B guitar part that would not have sounded out of place on a 60s record, a 70s funk record, or on any 80s session record. He's in the key of B minor, and he's just playing this really simple figure. Combining that with some very Lukather, Huff, and Landau style session chords on there, in particular this big chord in the intro where essentially you've got a B minor 7 with an E bass. The rhythm figure in the pre-chorus and the chorus is awesome as well. He's arpeggiating a B minor chord and then taking the root and the third and bringing them up by a whole tone while fixing that top note on there. This wouldn't have sounded out of place again on a Michael Landau or an Alan Holdsworth guitar part. Then he's got a D triad and an E sus4 triad. The pre-chorus has a lovely layered lead part underneath, and then that all comes together with the chorus where you've got those lovely, lush, clean chords and that rhythm R&B figure played throughout. So this kind of thing. This track is absolute ear candy. Here's my best attempt at recreating some of those parts. played with everyone from Billy Idol to Ozzy Osbourne and Michael Jackson. This one might be a surprise. This is a track that Steve played on from Vince Neil's solo album. It's called You're Invited But Your Friend Can't Come. It's just such a great 80s riff in the key of F sharp. It sounds like this. And of course, to finish up, we have to take a look at some parts from the mighty Rebel Yell. I've been playing this song live with various bands for about 15 years now. We have played it with Ragdoll for a long time. I've played it with Club Cabaret over the last couple of years. And this just has so many great parts in it. It really is the distillation of Steve's amazing style, from the super tight rhythm guitar playing to the screaming leads, the very unorthodox but awesome intro where he's essentially playing two parts at once. And I think, like a lot of people, I didn't realize this was one guitar and not a keyboard and a guitar or multi-track guitars on there. There's a video that was put out maybe 10, 15 years ago where Steve explains how he plays that intro, playing this low riff with the notes B, F sharp, A, and B on the low strings, while plucking fret 10 on the top two strings the whole time. This. It's a real challenge to get from that into the main rhythm part. The way that I play it is have my pick in my mouth while I'm doing this. I'll play that intro finger style, and then I'll just imagine I'm holding a pick and I will bash into the strings with the nail from my first finger. Doing a long season with this one, after a couple of weeks, you really wear your fingernail down on that one. But being able to swap back to playing with the pick is a big one there. And then one thing that I just started doing with this song is actually changing the main verse rhythm part and adapting the White Wedding rhythm part that Steve plays. And bear with me on this one, because what he plays in Rebel Yell is awesome. Now, the chords with Rebel Yell and White Wedding are pretty similar. The first two are both B minor and A. White Wedding goes to E major and Rebel Yell goes to G major. So what I thought I'd do is take that White Wedding part and just follow the chords that are in Rebel Yell. You end up with this part. I don't know when I started doing this, but it was almost like a challenge. Could I get that little repeating part going while changing to a different chord progression? And it's something that I've personally incorporated into a lot of different Ragdoll songs. If you have a listen to the song Love on the Run or Letting Go, there's a lot of those ideas that I have directly borrowed from Steve. So Steve, if you happen to watch this or someone shows you this, I apologize that I've butchered two parts in here, but if you ever come and see me play this live, you'll know why I'm doing it. I just want to pay tribute to two amazing rhythm guitar parts. Let me know what your favorite Steve Stevens guitar parts are in the comments section below. This video is made possible by my amazing supporters over on Patreon. If you'd like to sign up to the Patreon, or you'd like to hear some of the music that I make with my band Ragdoll, they are linked in the video description. Go and grab your guitars and make some loud guitar noises, and I will see you all on the next one.